To begin this tutorial, we'll go to the Diamonds tab and use the Studio command. We'll create a half-carat stone and change its shape to cushion. Then we'll click on Add and accept the command. Now we can change the display mode of all the viewports to shaded by holding Shift while moving the cursor to the bottom area of any viewport and clicking the shaded icon. Next, we'll open the top view and drag the reference image into the viewport. Now we'll position and scale the image so the gemstone we created fits perfectly with the central reference. Remember to hold Shift to scale proportionally in all directions. Take your time adjusting the reference image, since the final result of the model will depend on it. Once it's aligned, we'll move the image to another layer and lock it so it doesn't interfere during the modeling process. Now we'll go to the Studio command again and create the rest of the stones. We can add a stone, then select it, position it, and adjust its size according to the reference. By holding Alt and using the gumball, we can copy a stone, position and resize all the stones accordingly. Select the cushion gem and type Hide in the command bar to hide it temporarily, allowing us to add the rest of the gemstones. Once we've added all the round stones, we'll proceed with the rest. First, we'll create a baguette-shaped gem, adjust its position, and then set its size to 0.1 carats. Next, we'll add a marquise of the same size. Now we can type Show in the command bar to display the cushion stone again. Accept the command to finish the creation of the gemstones. We'll now bring back all the views, and we can adjust them by clicking the upper left corner of any viewport. Then click on Pan, Zoom, and Rotate, and choose Zoom Extents All. This way, all views will fit to the content. Now select the cushion stone, and using the gumball from the front view, move the gem upwards by 1.012 millimeters. Next, go to the Curve tab, use the Line command to create a line. Type 0 to set the central axis as the starting point, then hold Shift and click on the right side. Then position the curve in the center and scale it with the gumball so that it extends beyond the stones on both sides. Move the curve upwards by 1.614 millimeters using the gumball. Now select the smaller gemstones and position them so that their girdle sits on top of the line we just created. At this point, we can hide the reference images. To continue, select one of the round gemstones, go back to the Diamonds tab, and use the Basket command. Without selecting a preset, click on Edit. Set the diameter to 0.70 millimeters. Change the height to 2.20 millimeters. Leave the gem inside value at 0.15 millimeters. Set the bottom diameter to 0.70 millimeters. Increase the bottom rail inside to 0.1 millimeters. Then switch the prong mode to straight. Once all the prong parameters are adjusted, we'll move on to the rails. First, disable the upper rail. Now for the bottom rail, change the mode to Custom Shape. In the Asset Selector window, select Profile 004. Adjust the parameters, change the height to 1.20 millimeters and the width to 0.50 millimeters. Finally, adjust the gem size percentage to your liking. Personally, I'll aim for a more vertical look. Once satisfied, accept the command. Now in the outliner, locate the Apply Element command. Click on it, then select the basket. After that, select all the gemstones except the cushion and press Enter to apply the basket. From the top view, adjust the positions of the baskets and stones. Rotate some of them to create a more harmonious composition. Remember to select both the gem and the basket when rotating. Adjust the prongs of the first basket so that they align with the basket on its right. Do the same with the bottom and top baskets. And finally, rotate the one on the far right. Take your time to ensure it looks the way you want, and that the whole assembly forms a solid and strong structure. All elements must touch each other to ensure this strong structure. Now go to the outliner, and you'll see that the baskets you've rotated appear in a different color in the list. Update them by pressing the Update button at the top. Select all the elements and move them away from the center point along the X-axis. Then go to the Shanks tab and use the Curve command. Set the size to American size 6.5 and accept. This curve will serve as our reference. Move the elements a bit more and then update the outliner. Now we'll create the basket for the central stone. Select the cushion stone, go to the Diamonds tab, and click on the Basket command. Edit it without selecting any preset. Set the diameter to 0.90 millimeters, the height to 4.50 millimeters, and set gem inside to 0. Then change over girdle to 0.50 millimeters. Set the bottom diameter to 1.30 millimeters, then adjust the bottom rail inside to 0.40 millimeters. We can leave the expansion for manufacturing at 2 millimeters. Now change the prong mode to claw. At the bottom of the parameters panel, change gem inside to 1.1 millimeters and set the height to negative 0.17 millimeters. Adjust the tip direction to 16, or to your preference. Then adjust the rail parameters. For the top rail, change the mode to Custom Shape. Select Profile 004. Then set the width to 0.6 millimeters and the height to 1 millimeter. Leave the undergirdle at 1.10 millimeters. Adjust the slider to 80%. Now change the bottom profile to 004 as well. Set the width to 0.70 millimeters and the height to 1.30 millimeters. Now we can accept the command, and our last basket is complete. From the front view, adjust the height of the basket and gemstone so that the top rail sits just above the girdle of the other stones. To continue building the ring, first measure the length of the ring curve. Go to the Analyze tab and use the Length command. We can see it measures 53.143 millimeters. Now go to the top view and then to the Curve tab. Below the Line command in the submenu, you'll find the Line from Midpoint command. Use it to create a line. Activate Grid Snap, select a point along the Y-axis right at the center. Then type in the ring's measurement divided by 2 to create a line with the same length as the reference circle. 52.143 divided by 2. Then press Shift and click on the right side to create a straight line along the X-axis. If we analyze it, we'll see that both measure the same. Now measure the distance between the two lines. From the front view, go to the Drafting tab and use the Dimensions command to see the value. Then select the curve, go to the Curve tab, use the Offset command, and set the distance to 1.61 millimeters, which matches the measured distance between the lines. Now measure the new circle using the Length command from the Analyze tab. Then create a line from the center with that same measurement. You can hide the gemstones to make this step easier. Just like before, use the Line from Midpoint command, then select the center. Type 63.260/2. Press Shift and click on the right side to create the new line. I'll also change the layer colors of the curves to improve visibility. Show the gemstones again. Now go to the Transform tab and use the Quick Flow command. Use the last line we created as the base curve. Then select the larger circle as the target. Now select all the gemstones and add them to rigid objects to prevent deformation. Once they are positioned, accept the command. Now simply use the Apply Element command to create the baskets and apply them to the gemstones. Do the same with the central basket. We can now select the rest of the elements and move them to a different layer to hide them and focus on the ring. Now all that's left is the shank of our ring. We have all the gemstones with their settings perfectly positioned. To continue, go to the Shanks tab, use the Classic command, select preset 037 and edit it. Set the height to 2.10 millimeters. Then from the front view, go to the Opening tab and set the cut length to 15 millimeters. Change the cap bumping to 0.2 millimeters so it just touches the baskets to form a solid structure. Notice how the shank is now perfectly connected to the setting. Adjust it to your liking. Then go to the tab for the bottom profile. Change it to Profile 013 and edit it. Add a few points and adjust it as shown in the video. Take your time. You just need a smoother profile, so if you prefer selecting one from the assets that you like better, feel free to use it. Once finished, accept. The third profile can be left as is. And that's it. Accept the command, and our ring will be complete. The only remaining step is to adjust the inner cut to match the ring size. For this, go to the outliner and use the Cut by Ring Size command. Select all the baskets and press Enter. Now the model is finished. I'll leave an example render, but feel free to share yours. We'd love to see them.